Whether you're a Danielle Brandon fan or not, this breaking news is interesting. Welcome to the channel, Old Guy Inc. Do me a favor, hit subscribe real quick. I don't normally like to just make videos with a whole bunch of speculation and not a lot of facts, but today this story got me thinking, man, the possibilities, because something's going on. So I'm just going to do a little reading because, like I said, this is kind of somewhat breaking news in the last hour or so. So Danielle Brandon, this is by the Morning Chalk Up, has breaking news that Danielle Brandon and Underdog Athletics have parted ways. So for any of you who are following this year's process, certainly the semifinals, you know that Danielle Brandon's coach, Justin Cotler, was very visible. He's very loud, he's aggressive, and they showed a lot of footage of him cheering on Danielle Brandon. They seem to be pretty tight. So anyways, kind of interesting. So if you haven't heard about this story yet, here you go. I'm kind of just going to give it to you. So bear with me while I look down at my computer screen a little bit. So Underdog Athletics founder and head coach Justin Cotler and 3 times CrossFit Games athlete and this year's Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge semifinal champion Danielle Brandon have cut ties with each other. The announcement was made through a statement released exclusively to the Morning Chalk Up today. So here's Cotler. This is the coach, right? Here's his statement. After our most recent discussion, Underdogs Athletics and Danielle Brandon have mutually decided to part ways. We wish her all the best at the 2022 games and in all her future endeavors. Okay, so not a lot of information there. Let's see. Cooper Marsh, Brandon's manager, responded with a similar statement. So Justin made a personal statement, but Danielle Brandon went through her manager. Here's what she said, or here's what he said. Danielle Brandon and Underdog Athletics have mutually decided to part ways. She is a massive fan of the Cotler family and the growth they have helped her achieve over the last 2+ years. And as an athlete and a human being, she wishes them well in their future endeavors. So, okay, like I said, I don't normally like to do a lot of speculation, but man, there's a lot of speculation to be had here. Nobody leaves their coach after the most successful season they've had to date, 1 month before the CrossFit Games, unless some shit went down. So folks, viewers, listeners, hit me up in the comments, right? If you're out there and you're like, Old Guy Inc., I know something you don't know, please put it in the comments because that means a lot of us don't know. And I am super interested to see this one plays out, how this plays out. I'm normally not all into drama and soap opera type relationships, but I do think this one is of note. I do think the timing is very interesting. I think the fact that Danielle Brandon has kind of, I don't want to say, she just jumped on the scene, but I believe it's fair to say her popularity is at its highest. I believe that her coach's notoriety is at the highest. She's been receiving the most publicity as of late and having some of her better, if not best, results. So this coming a month before the games, everybody's different, but it would be hard pressed to say that this is a good thing for any athlete. Anytime there's any drama, any sort of major change happening, it is going to affect you mentally in some way, shape, or form. If it's not something serious, it probably could have waited another couple weeks until the CrossFit Games was over and then make a switch in the off season. So the fact that this comes kind of so abruptly, I think leads a reasonable person to make a reasonable assumption that something has happened specifically to trigger this. That's my guess, but it is just a guess. It's total speculation. Let's see if there's anything else down here. Here they go. So why does this matter? Well, here you go. It's what I just said. This is the only case that we are aware of where an athlete and coach parted ways in the month leading up to the games. Especially an athlete of Brandon's caliber. She's considered a podium contender. I agree with this. What else are they talking about here? It remains to be seen how this move will affect Brandon heading into the CrossFit Games. Prior to joining Underdogs, she followed online programming without an in-person coach. However, after joining up with Cotler, she experienced much greater success. So, once again, not like all the super deets there, but it sounds like Danielle Brandon has tried other programming on her own and not had near the success. She made this switch to a camp and a coach and more like a little bit of a team aspect. Like I know Carrie Pierce and such was there. I think Bethany Shabburn as well, correct me if I'm wrong, and her results clearly got better. So something has happened. I don't know what it is, you know what I mean? Is it between her and the coach? Is it between her and a cat fight with some of the other girls or other athletes on the team? Who knows? But there you have it. I do think that is interesting news. I think there's a lot of eyes on Brandon. I think there was a lot of eyes on Brandon going into the games. And hey, any news is good news in the marketing world, right? All this is going to do is bring even more attention now to her. Of course, I wish her all the best, but I do think some more information about this will leak out, and I do think it's interesting, and I'm interested in it. So, hey, there you have it. Slightly breaking news, an hour or so old. If you have more information on these, please hit us up in the comments, drop a link to other articles. I will put a link to this morning Chalk Up article in the description. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.